This is our son, Sebastian. In 2021, he took half a pill he didn't know was counterfeit.
That tiny pill contained enough fentanyl to kill him almost instantly. Kids buy them on social media and share them with their friends, not realizing how dangerous they are.
Please talk to your kids about not taking anything that's not directly prescribed to them.
Our child will never get to grow up, but we want yours to be able to.
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics. Because on our team and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
When you choose Delta Dental of Iowa, you set a chain of good in motion because we invest in your community. So whether you get your plan at work or purchase it through us, you get more than great dental and vision insurance. You make a difference for others. Choose Delta Dental for your smile, for your health, and for your community.
It is time for state tournament basketball. It's the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Basketball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. Alongside Laura Leonard, I'm BJ Shaban, and welcome to Wells Fargo Arena in Des Moines. And how about this, Laura? A great matchup as we get Class 4A underway. The Power in Clear Creek-Amana taking on the upstart, the Gilbert Tigers.
Yeah, Gilbert on a roll, upset Mason City, went to overtime with Xavier to get here. And then you have Clear Creek-Amana, who has just rolled through the season, and they are a good shooting team from the outside, have a good perimeter game, play really good defense. So this is going to be an interesting matchup.
Yeah, the quarterfinals just getting underway in Class 4A. The semifinals are set now in Classes 5A and 3A. And 4A, Laura, the field seems a little bit open.
Yeah, you and I always talk about this. We kind of feel that this is a really good class, that anybody could win it. There's a lot of teams that you look up and down the bracket, they could be coming out the winner on Saturday, Friday? Saturday.
Yes.
It all rolls together.
That's how it goes. Well, Laura, Clear Creek-Amana unbeaten at 23-0. Gilbert unranked coming into this matchup today. We'll see if the Tigers can stay hot, or will Clear Creek-Amana cool them off. As we take a look at the road to state, you had mentioned for Gilbert, 15-9 on the year. They've had some setbacks, but boy, have they been hot. As a matter of fact, the Tigers have won 6 games in a row. As you mentioned, beat region's top seed Mason City, and then a very good Cedar Rapids Xavier team that was led by Libby Fandel, the junior Drake recruit. She scored 23 in that overtime loss. They've got some star players, though, and Ella Henningsen and Molly Schnormeyer battling a little bit of the injury bug. We'll see how that plays out for Gilbert. Meanwhile, for Clear Creek-Amana, what else can you say than they have been really good this year?
Yeah, they really have. And, the defense, look at that, best in 4A, not allowing a lot of points. And in the 2 regional games, only gave up right around 32 points per game. They're averaging in those 2 games 70. So they're putting up points, and they're shutting down their opponents.
They have rolled their opponents this year, winning by an average of 35 points per game. Well, when we come back, we'll dive deeper in today's game with our Seeds for Success presented to you by Channel Seeds. Plus, we'll have your starting lineups as we get you set for the tip-off. You're watching the 2024 Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
The Iowa Farm Bureau is proud to present this amazing state tournament and celebrate the accomplishments of Iowa's student athletes. To the Iowa Farm Bureau, this is more than just a sport. It's hometown pride, it's hopes and dreams, it's our future leaders, it's a reason to do more and be more. And it's that farm-strong spirit that can only be found in Iowa. Congratulations to the student athletes and coaches on a successful year, and remember, today's successes are just the beginning of tomorrow's achievements.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. That old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Frank, when you think Fairway, you think fresh. Is that the winning culture you've tried to create?
Penelope Pineapple, what an unbelievable produce performance. How does your team stay so fresh?
Sunkissed Orange. Is it true Fairway has offered the freshest produce in town since 1938?
What can we say? Our produce is so fresh, we're speechless.
It's time for Class 4A State Tournament basketball as we get the quarterfinals underway. Top-seeded Creek-Amana facing the Gilbert Tigers. And Laura, you've got some things these two teams need to do to accomplish to get W's here today.
Yeah, we've got the channel Seeds for Success, and what Gilbert needs to do, they need to get out and play free and loose. No pressure on them. They've already upset a couple of teams to get here. So continue with that momentum and play relaxed and then defend with a purpose. You got to get out. You got to win some 50-50 balls. You got to get out in the passing lanes. Make it difficult for Clear Creek to get the ball moving around on their offense. And then for the Clippers, you need to get out and run. That's what they want to do. They want to push tempo. They want to run and score efficiently and score quickly. And they need to win the battle of the boards on both ends, not just on the defensive side. They have to win the offensive glass as well, get some second chance points. Today's Seeds for Success were brought to you by Channel. The enhanced Channel Seed brand is here to help farmers like you up your game and rise to the challenge. Learn more at channel.com/rise.
Well, with the weather outside, I can see some people getting the itch to lay some seed down, but hopefully they don't. Mother Nature's going to have something in store for everybody. But the crowd not impacted by the great weather we've got outside. A budding attendance here so far at the Girls State Basketball Tournament. Tough to find even a parking spot outside today.
Yeah, it was tough. A lot of excitement, a lot of teams that have made the trek here, that it makes it a close proximity, that it's an easy drive to come in and watch and support their teams. Great crowds yesterday, and again today we're seeing a lot of fans in the stands for some really good basketball.
Well, it's been interesting to see the approaches by these two teams on just their plans for the day. Gilbert, of course, just north of Ames, somewhat of a suburb of the city of Ames in central Iowa. Clear Creek-Amana, their high school, about an hour and a half away. And P.J. Sweeney, the head coach for Clear Creek-Amana, said, we've gone 0-2 the last couple of years when we've made trips down here to the state tournament. We need to shake it up. So they stayed. They did not stay overnight in Des Moines. I don't think the Convention and Visitors Bureau will like that. But they made the trip up this morning. We'll see if it pays off for them when we get set for the tip-off. When we come back, it'll be time for the introductions. That's coming up next as you're watching state tournament basketball.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Fans, tradition is an important part of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union's storied history. Because our past is an integral part of what we do today, we ask that everyone in attendance please join in a round of applause to show our appreciation to all the women who have participated in high school athletics in Iowa. Once an Iowa girl, always an Iowa girl. Fans, at this time, the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and the Iowa Farm Bureau would like to recognize the outstanding sportsmanship shown by Gilbert High School and Creek-Amana High School. In recognition of the importance of good sportsmanship, each state qualifying school was asked to nominate a spectator who represents their school and community in a sportsmanlike manner. Lindy Mayle of Fort Dodge High School, a member of the IGHSAU Student Athlete Advisory Committee, will present each nominee with a certificate of recognition and a $250 check payable to their school scholarship fund. Please join us in honoring these individuals whose decorum and respect for others serves as a model for all spectators attending interscholastic events. From Gilbert High School, Jen Schneurmeyer. And from Clear Creek-Amana High School, Mark Moody. The Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union promotes good sportsmanship by participants, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants, officials, and spectators in a positive manner. Profanity, racist, sexist, or abusive comments, or intimidating actions directed at officials, participants, coaches, team representatives, or event personnel will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal. We thank you for your cooperation and invite you to just enjoy the game. Fans, it's now time to introduce our players in today's 4A quarterfinal matchup. First of all, here are your non-starters and assistant coaches for the Gilbert Tigers. Number 4, Katie Sneezek. Number 5, Kayla Rash. Number 10, Abigail Thompson. Number 11, Adeline Gauk. Number 12, Kennedy Hansen. Number 21, Emmy Denny. Number 23, Kaylin Richards. Number 24, Greta Platz. Number 25, Lauren Sneezek. And number 32, Olivia Timmermans. Your assistant coaches, Mike Cruz, Jeff Gillette, Scott Youthy, and Zeri Nunez Geraldo. Now, let's meet the non-starters and assistant coaches for the Clear Creek-Amana Clippers. Number 3, Addison Campbell. Number 5, Kira Rogers. Number 15, Lena Evans. Number 20, Melissa Sweeney. Number 23, Kennedy Stratton. Number 34, Lexi Moran. And number 42, Kelsey Leathers. Your assistant coaches, Alex Schultejans, Declan Brogue, and Sean Patrick. And now, here's your starting lineups for this 4A quarterfinal. For the Gilbert Tigers at guard, a 5'9" junior number 0, Abby Patel. For Clear Creek-Amana at guard, a 5'4" senior number 1, Kaylee Stratton. For the Tigers at guard, a 5'8" junior number 1, Mia Kautman. For the Clippers at guard, a 5'11" sophomore number 10, Avery Lauer. For Gilbert at guard, a 5'7" freshman number 2, Callie Hales. For Clear Creek-Amana at guard, a 5'8" senior number 11, Sam Scragg. For the Tigers at forward, a 5'9" junior number 11, Molly Schnormeyer. For the Clippers at forward, a 6'2" senior number 44, Bliss Beck. And for Gilbert at forward, a 5'10" junior number 31, Ella Henningsen. For Clear Creek-Amana at forward, a 5'11" senior number 45, Ava Locklear. Head coach for the Tigers is Mike Frisk. For the Clippers, P.J. Sweeney. Ladies and gentlemen, now let me introduce to you our officials for this 4A quarterfinal as assigned by the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Michael Anderson, Zach Clark, Chad Schellmeyer, and your bench official, Andrew Jacobson. All right, who's ready for state tournament basketball?
Nobody can get you fired up like Tim Fitzpatrick, the public address announcer. We'd like to once again thank the Iowa Farm Bureau, proud title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, for their support. So here we go, Clear Creek-Amana, unbeaten at 23-0 on the year, taking on the Gilbert Tigers, seeded number 8. The Clippers will be wearing their home whites with navy numbers. Gilbert away black with white numbers trimmed in red. Your official, Mike Anderson, will put the ball in the air, and Clear Creek-Amana owns the opening tip. Here's Lauer for 3, right away. Can't get it to go down. She'll get her own rebound. And they'll reset it at the top with Stratton.
Well, that initial play gives you an idea of how they want to play. Up-tempo, they're not afraid to let it fly as soon as they can. And good hustle to go after your own shot and grab the rebound.
Foul going to be called here on the freshman, Callie Hayes of Gilbert. As this one for Clear Creek-Amana with some pace already, as they're looking to come out and dominate. Won the WAMAC Conference in resounding fashion throughout the year.
Well, they certainly want to dictate the tempo in this one, and they want to play at a high level, very fast if they can.
Lockyer can't get the shot to fall. Rebound kicked out Lauer. Team's leading scorer drives in, has it deflected away. and comes down to the hands of Ella Henningsen. Now here are the Tigers offensively. A quick shot that's going to be partially deflected. Popped back out to the Callie Hayes, the freshman, will drive it in. Can't get the shot to fall, but will go to the line to shoot two.
Both teams really just going after it here in the opening minute, putting the ball on the floor, attacking, drawing a couple of fouls on each end.
As a team, Gilbert shooting right at 62% from the line. The freshman came into the contest averaging about 5 per game.
And they're a team that has been getting to the line a little bit more over the course of the last few games and connecting. And that's what you have to do if you aren't getting scoring from the perimeter. Put it on the floor, get inside, try to draw some contact, and get to the line.
So what type of competition has Clear Creek-Amana faced this year? It's been very good. As they turn it over right there, they have faced and beat 5 state tournament teams. And for Gilbert, well, they've faced a couple of state tournament teams, unsuccessful in both. But they are here and looking to upset the top seed. Henningsen on the outside will look to back in on Bliss. Shot clock starting to wind down. Gilbert going to reset. Hales at the point, into the corner. Patel in the paint, fires up the shot, and a travel will be called before the shot on Abby Patel.
Good quick feet by Clear Creek. They did a good job of shutting it down every time Gilbert tried to put the ball on the floor and penetrate.
Well, talking to head coach Mike Frisk of Gilbert, he said his team really found their stride once they figured out who's going to play in what position. Right there defensively left an opening, and Sam Sprague will get the first basket of the ball game. Here's Henningsen inside the paint. Finds a teammate, and the layup is good by Mia Koutman.
Koutman doing a good job, coming to the rescue, cutting down the lane, got a nice feed.
The drive and finish, that time by Avery Lauer.
And this is the tempo that I think will benefit the Clippers.
The three from the corner off the mark. And here comes Clear Creek-Amana with Lockyer. Look at the post, bringing it up, finding Bliss. How about that? Coast to coast, and what a dish.
That's where coach goes, get up and stop the ball. Somebody stopped the dribble penetration, and they did not. Let her get deep, and then a nice dish.
Koutman, the fade, and gets it off the glass for two. What a game, 6-5. Clear Creek-Amana with a lead in the ball.
Fearless, just going inside, got a little contact, but got it off the glass.
Stratton gets her own rebound. Now to Lockyer. Too strong. And Schnormeyer will bring it ahead here to Koutman. Mia Koutman, number 1 there for Gilbert. Severely injured her left ankle Saturday in practice leading up to this one. A steal by Sprague to the rack.
That's what they will do defensively. Get out and pressure, push you out further and further away, so you're setting your offense away from the basket, not allowing you to get into any kind of rhythm.
She's got 4 to Sam Sprague, and another steal by Sprague. Into the paint, her right hand. Gets the one-timer. 6 for Sprague here early on, and a couple of steals. And Clear Creek-Amana has doubled up Gilbert here early on.
Well, and twice, back-to-back, Sprague has been in the passing lane. That tells you got to step to the ball. You've got to be aggressive when coming to those passes. You can't allow them to step into the passing lane.
Sprague has it denied. Here's a deep 3 by Lauer. Oh, my!
Wow, they're doing it defense. Defense has turned into offense, and now they get the inside-out kick for the deep 3.
P.J. Sweeney said it. He had an idea coming into the year they were going to be pretty good. They've got skill players. They're long and athletic, and they're putting it on display. 13-5 Clear Creek-Amana on Gilbert. And we'll be back after these messages.
Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Well, level up your game at Central College. More than half of Central students participate in intercollegiate athletics because Central allows you to pursue your passions and be more than just a spectator. It's the best decision ever. Apply at central.edu. A red-hot start here for Creek-Amana as they have the 13-5 advantage on Gilbert. Back Creek-Amana after a couple of misses early on. They're 6 of 11 from the field, but they have made 5 out of their last 6 shots.
Well, and that's just the defense picking up their offense. I mean, they're getting the steals, they're getting the rebounds, pushing tempo, trying to score as quickly as they can.
Katie Sneezek will check in for the first time for Gilbert off the bench, and a foul here on the Tigers. The Clippers also going to their bench. Lena Evans, look out. Her nickname, the Microwave. For those basketball fans remembering Vinnie Johnson of the Detroit Pistons, you know what I'm talking about. It's pop, pop, pop with shots. She misses her first free throw right here.
We had that reference yesterday, Trent Condon.
Did you?
Yes.
Okay.
And we said, you know, players or folks that are listening might have to go and do a little research to find out who Vinnie Johnson was and is.
Clear Creek-Amana stout defensively, up by 9 now. Here's a triple by Evans. Too strong. Might be a little bit of juice for Lena coming off the bench.
I think everybody gets fired up, and there again, quick hands, quick steal, Lauer, right in the passing lane.
Okay, what about this pace for Mike Frisk and the Gilbert Tigers? Do they need, as Kayla Rush, another freshman will bring it ahead, do they need to back off a little bit? Run some offense. Rush says no.
Yeah. You know, I think you got to try to match intensity level. You've got to get back into the game somehow for Gilbert, and I think it's a situation where you can't sit back, let the defense dictate what you do. You have to dictate what you're doing on the offensive side.
Outside it goes to Lauer. Finds Lockyer inside. Gets her own rebound. The putback. No, pass to Bliss, who will finish it off. Bliss back with the bucket.
What a great look. Looked like she was going up for the shot, and the putback instead dishes it off over to Beck.
Schnormeyer to the corner. That's Sneezek. And the jumper knocked down by Schnormeyer. She had 22 points in the regional final and trying to get it going. That's her first bucket here for the Tigers.
Just took advantage of the defense falling down, got her the ball right away.
Lockyer to Beck. Oh, great positioning in the finish. Beck now with 6.
Great high-low between the bigs, and that is the perfect pass. Been impressed with Lockyer's passing ability.
Henningsen puts it on the deck and gets it taken away by Lockyer. Out ahead, they run it ahead to Stratton. Stratton with the dub down. Lockyer being fronted, and the size paying advantage. Lockyer with the bucket there.
Both the posts got behind, and they were fronting, so they're calling for the pass over the top. And you can see this team does a great job of leading their post right to the basket.
Henningsen off to Kautman. On the drive, has it deflected away. It's going to stay with Gilbert. 31 seconds to play in the opening quarter. Gilbert back to their bench. Adeline Gout will check in, the senior, as she will come in for Molly Schnormeyer. Also, the Clippers go to their bench. Kennedy Stratton, the younger sister of Kaylee, into the game for the first time. Here's a 3 ball put up It's off the mark. Evans with the board. Clippers got a chance. They're going to run it ahead. Here's Lockyer. Fights through traffic and gets her second field goal of the game, now with 4. And Clear Creek-Amana opening up a 13-point lead. Clock winding down. The 3. Gilbert still hasn't gotten one from the perimeter. Evans with another chance. Clock winding down. She doesn't realize it, won't get a shot off. Clear Creek-Amana has a 13-point lead, 22-9, behind a powerful performance by Scragg and Beck, each with 6 apiece. You're watching the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Basketball Tournament powered by Mid-American Energy.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. That old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
Did you know this? More than half of Central students participate in intercollegiate athletics because at Central, they allow you to pursue your passions and be more than just a spectator. It's the best decision ever. Apply at central.edu. So Locklear, Bliss, Beck, Scragg, and Lauer have really powered the Clippers here as each team working now into the second quarter of play. A 13-point advantage for the Clippers.
And they're playing man-to-man, moving very well. Looks like they might be face guarding Schnormeyer.
Locklear says no in a big way. Numbers for the Clippers down the court, and they get a bucket from Kennedy Stratton.
You know, Locklear plays inside defensively, but she's got the handles of a guard. She can bring the ball down the floor and find an open teammate and dish it off.
They list her at 5'11". She looks taller than that.
She does, and she plays taller than that as well. Down low, she posts up a lot. She works a lot in the paint, and defensively, she's playing on the back end, is going to defend against a bigger player, but here out on top because they pick up man-to-man.
She's going to be going on to play at Saginaw State, a Division II school in Michigan. And here she is, Locklear. How about this in her career? 1,000 points, more than 1,000 points, 700 rebounds, 300 assists, 100 blocks, and more. And now forcing Gilbert to take another timeout.
Well, that's twice that Locklear has been able to bring it end-to-end and nobody picking her up. And somebody's got to take responsibility for that, even if it's not your player that you're supposed to be defending. Somebody needs to slow the dribble penetration, make them come back out and set up.
26-9, Clear Creek-Amana really dictating the pace of this one. You know, throughout the season, it's been interesting to see what Coach Sweeney has developed with his team. And you know, he said coming into the state tournament, they've got to go from good to great perimeter defense, and they've got to match the physical nature of the post play at the tournament. So far, I think everything's been accomplished. Gilbert has not hit a three yet, and the post play, well, we've seen it so far. It's been dominant by Clear Creek-Amana.
Yeah, they've done a good job of, you know, the defensive side of things, and that's where you get it all started, is playing a little defense and get a couple of steals and a couple of runouts. That kind of picks you up on both sides of the floor, and that's what they've done. It was back and forth early in the first quarter, and then all of a sudden the defense kicked in, and they were able to go on this big run.
A big run put together by Clear Creek-Amana. Inside, here's Henningsen. She'll get the tough bucket.
Boy, good move to avoid the contact, able to go up and under, but there's a quick answer on the other end by Lauer. She is having quite a start to this ball game.
Lauer with 8. And a foul on the drive as Kaylee Hales tried to take it to the bucket. Clear Creek-Amana shooting right at 63%. Gilbert plagued by 6 turnovers. And the free throw off the mark for Hales.
You know, those turnovers just are a product of the defense that's being played by the Clippers. They're just making them second guess themselves when they're making passes, making moves to the basket.
Locklear with another strong rebound. Outlets it ahead to Evans. Locklear puts it on the deck and the dish to Beck. And a wild pass. We'll turn it over to Gilbert.
Sometimes a little too unselfish.
Yes.
Could have taken that ball all the way to the rim that time and instead tried to dish it off over to Beck.
So Hales tries to enter it. It's going to be kicked away. As the ball will stay with Gilbert. This is a 1-8 matchup to start Class 4A quarterfinal play. And so far in the 1-8 matchups in the first 2 classes, the average margin of victory has been by more than 20.
Well, those are the things you expect when you see that matchup. Looks like Lauer is going to be okay. Those are the things that you kind of expect, and every once in a while that 8 seed will jump up and knock off the number 1 seed, and we just have not seen that yet here in the tournament. Every once in a while we do get an upset like that.
Henningsen fires the 3 and hits. Maybe that will get the Tigers going.
That's kind of the bucket they were looking for, a little momentum getter for Henningsen.
The answer down on this end, not there. Henningsen with the board.
So you get the stop, and if you can get a bucket here, that's going to help things start rolling.
And a foul going to be called on Bliss Beck. That's her first.
Henningsen becoming a little more active, had been working block to block. Finally came out and knocked down the 3, which she is capable of doing, and then cuts to the basket, able to draw the contact on Beck.
Henningsen, the deep 3, off the mark. Kept alive, but tapped right to Lauer.
Gilbert showing that zone, see how they attack it. They're shooters from the outside.
Ball going to be tapped out, tracked down by the Tigers. Hales inside the paint, but wipe it off. She traveled before the shot.
Well, great effort by Hales. Got down there, had 2 defenders on her, made a nice move, just drug that pivot foot.
Gilbert back to their bench. By the way, substitutions today are being brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com. Katie Sneezik will check back into the lineup. And also in Abigail Thompson for the first time today for Gilbert. They go to Beck down low. Got it cleared, and another bucket for Bliss Beck. She now has 8.
Well, when they're trying to play on the front side, it's an easy lob over the top if you're not getting backside help.
Henningsen working in on Beck. Can't get the shot to fall, and was on the baseline with the rebound. And back to the bench. Gilbert will be bringing in Molly Schnormeyer Also, Ava Locklear will come back in for Clear Creek-Amana.
And it looks like they're going to a little bit smaller lineup, see if they can put some quickness and pressure on the Clippers.
Here's Locklear to Beck. Great passing and a great finish as Beck is in double figures now with 10.
And that's how you break the pressure. You get it up the floor, get it to the middle, make a couple of good quick passes before the defense can get back and get set.
Kaufman on the drive. Tough shot. She gets it. She's got 6.
Ankle's looking pretty good for her. Nice move and a good strong hoop.
Kaufman threw it right to Stratton. Left hand layup is good for Kennedy Stratton. She's got 4 off the bench.
And those are passes that as you get in a game like this, it's up and down, fast paced. You get a little tired and you don't step to the basketball, make a little bit of a lazy pass. That defense is going to be right there to pick it off.
The 3 by Sneezik. 35-16 Clear Creek-Amana, and the Clippers go back to their bench. Kaylee Stratton will come back in. And also back in for Gilbert will be Kayla Rush. Locklear. They go right back to her. And she's going to be tied up. Possession arrow keeps it with Clear Creek-Amana with 19 on the shot clock.
You know, Beck had moved away, was not down in the opposite post, so they had the opportunity to double team on Locklear.
Beck at the high post. Now to Stratton. Was Beck. Shot denied by Gilbert's Molly Schnormeyer. And then turned right back over to the Clippers. Clear Creek-Amana had a successful volleyball season, making it all the way to the finals.
Boy, good curl cut by Sprague all the way to the hoop and ran some interference for her over on the left side of the floor, allowed her to get through and into the lane.
You mentioned volleyball, and Sam Sprague going to be going on to play volleyball at Mount Mercy. And a foul here on Clear Creek-Amana.
Yeah, they had a pretty good run in volleyball this year, made it to the semifinals of the state tournament. Bliss Beck, she is a Drake recruit and a Drake signee for volleyball, so a couple of players on this team. Multi-sport athletes, as you see in the lower levels a lot.
Henningsen backing in. Now goes back to her left. Great defense that time by Beck. And here's Locklear. The dish. And finish by Sam Sprague. She's now in double figures with 10.
Locklear knows how to run a break. I mean, she took it right at the defender. As soon as the defender committed, she dished it off.
And a turnover, and here come the Clippers. That pressure has been relentless here in the first half. Gilbert, Patel up with it. And a foul going to be called on Clear Creek-Amana.
You know, we saw this a little bit yesterday, and I think when you and I have done games, we've talked about that. You have that one-on-one break, and that defender's right there. Instead of trying to take it in and get the contact, why not pull up and shoot the jumper?
Junior able to knock down the free throw. That's her first point. Here's a look at it again.
Trying to step around the defense. If you just get your footwork right, know that you're going to pull up, you don't have to get into that contact. You can knock down the little mid-range.
So Patel knocks them both down. Gilbert back to their bench. As checking in is going to be Callie Hales. And also back in Kayla Rush. up the floor. Well, that one was just going haywire from the beginning of the first pass as it went off of 3 Clippers. And Gilbert will get it back. If that's your only miscue in the first half,
right.
Hey.
And they had the numbers, too, because 4 players for Gilbert were still in the backcourt trying to catch up, so they had the numbers. And I think Scragg just got in a little bit too far.
Patel finding Hales, now back to Patel. Shot clock winding down here. And it will be turned over as Locklear comes up with another steal. Out ahead, that's Lauer. Can't get it to fall. About a 4-second difference between the shot and the game clock, and there's going to be a foul here on Clear Creek-Amana. So this is going to put Gilbert at the line. Going to be shooting 2, and as you might know, there's a rule change in Iowa high school basketball this year. You get to 5 fouls in a quarter, it's a bonus. You get to shoot 2, no more of the 1-and-1.
And I think most coaches that we've talked to over the course of this season are in favor of it. I think, there's a few things that they don't like about it. They've had to change the way they do things at end of game and philosophy and strategy, but for the most part, it's been in the women's college game for several years and worked very well.
Patel's second free throw goes down.
And again, they're going to put this full court pressure on. Clear Creek-Amana has done a great job of getting through it, going to the middle, and then running cutters down, filling the lanes.
They've turned it into a fast break just like this as Bliss Beck gets another bucket.
When you have somebody that sees the floor like Locklear and she gets the ball in her hands, look out because it's probably going to be a bucket.
And it's going to be called for a double dribble here. What a first half for Clear Creek-Amana. Clippers coming in as the top seed, 23-0, and living up to the expectations. Here's Henningsen inside of 10 in the first half clock. Locklear with an opportunity now for the Clippers. Going to be double teamed to Scragg, and that will be the end of the first half. So the Clippers bringing it here to Wells Fargo Arena in Des Moines in the opening round of the Class 4A quarterfinals. They've got a 21-point lead on the 8-seeded Gilbert Tigers. We'll be back with more as you're watching the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Basketball Tournament, brought to you by Mid-American Energy.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
It's all part of the pageantry of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Basketball Tournament. As we're at the half here in the Class 4A quarterfinals, Clear Creek-Amana with a 41-20 lead over the Gilbert Tigers. And a very impressive first half for Clear Creek-Amana. Laura shooting better than 63% from the field. And they have just been playing well. They've got 2 players in double figures with Bliss Beck and then also Sam Sprague with 10.
You know, I think early on to start this first half, it was back and forth, and then they turned up the heat defensively, got a couple of quick steals, and then that set everything into motion. They got the momentum going in their direction and capitalized on that. That defense turned to offense, and then they started playing even more intense defense. Made it very difficult for Gilbert to get in any kind of an offensive set.
They rebounded Gilbert too, as well, 17-8, a powerful performance. And now we'd like to take a moment to once again thank our title sponsor, Iowa Farm Bureau, for their support of the state basketball tournament. Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union had the opportunity to speak with the Iowa Farm Bureau president, Brent Johnson, to learn more about Iowa Farm Bureau support of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and student athletes across the state.
Thanks for joining us for the 2024 Girls State Basketball Tournament. I'm Matt Hominoff with the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. We want to thank all of our partners for all the great support we get from around the state. None more important than our proud title sponsor, Iowa Farm Bureau. With me today is the president of the Iowa Farm Bureau, Brent Johnson. Thanks for joining us, Brent.
Yep.
Why does the Iowa Farm Bureau feel so strongly about supporting the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and our tournament games?
Well, Matt, the Iowa Farm Bureau has been the title sponsor for the Girls Union now for 19 years. And once again, very proud to be a part of this year's state girls basketball tournament. And, you know, this tournament highlights the work ethic, teamwork, resilience, and dedication that these girls have contributed for a year's worth of dedication to their craft. And just like that same spirit, the Iowa farmers are the best in what they do across this entire country, not only in production, but also in conservation. And you put all that together, and there's a lot here to celebrate.
Yeah. Your support for the IGHSAU goes beyond youth and education. What other support does the Iowa Farm Bureau provide Iowa's youth?
Yeah. Well, Matt, here at Farm Bureau, we believe that today's youth is tomorrow's leaders, and we're proud to support them in many different ways. One of those is by our scholarship program. Every single year, we give nearly $500,000 across the entire state to those kids so that they can continue their education at a higher level. We've also partnered with the Girls Union and the Boys Association now for several years to offer concussion insurance for those student athletes who compete in sanctioned sports across the entire state so that they can do so at a high level and feel safe doing so. And that is at no cost to that student or their families. Third, we've given teachers across the state nearly $500,000 so that they can properly equip their classrooms to do their jobs better. And most recently, just last year, the Iowa Farm Bureau gave the Iowa FFA Foundation $1 million so that they can properly place ag teachers and ensure that students across the state have an exposure to agriculture and how it affects their lives every day.
Yeah, so the students participating in this year's tournament are taking home some pretty neat souvenirs. But one new item that they're taking home are the championship ball caps. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Oh, absolutely. You know, the girls who are competing at this year's tournament are actually taking home quite a bit of swag this year. Of course, we have the bag tags and the signature basketballs that the girls have been used to seeing over the years. But this year, we've added a championship ball cap so that those girls who actually win the tournament have an extra souvenir to remember that if they put their minds to it, they can accomplish anything.
Well, thanks again, Brent, for both your and everyone at Iowa Farm Bureau's support of the Iowa Girl over the years.
In Iowa, we grow corn. A lot of corn. Corn is what supports us. It feeds our livestock, it fuels our vehicles, and powers our state. It nourishes our families. A cash crop? Yeah, but it's way more than that. Corn sustains us. It's who we are. Without it, we'd just be Well, you get the picture. In Iowa, we grow corn. But the truth is, corn grows Iowa.
The thing I love about Clark is that you're never just one thing. I'm not just a student. I'm a future doctor. I'm an athlete on a history-making team. I'm a community member supporting the causes I care about. I'm a friend, a neighbor, a leader. At Clark, you can become anything. What will you be? Be you at CU.
(41-20). Clear Creek-Amana with the lead on Gilbert here at the half.
All right, fans, official state tournament merchandise is now available online. Time to get your smartphones out. Scan that QR code on your screen now or visit IGHSAU.org to browse or customize your merchandise and to match your style. BJ's doing it right now, and he's buying, folks.
I don't know if that...
Oh, is that not why you were scanning?
But I was just going to prove that it does work, okay? It does work. How about this? 41-20 at the half. Clear Creek-Amana with a very dominant performance.
Yeah, it has been. And really, I think it all starts with the defense. But I'm telling you what, they're getting out on the break. They have 12 fast break points. They're dominating in the paint. And then points off of turnovers as well. They're turning over Gilbert, and then they're doing something with those turnovers.
Well, Ava Locklear coming into this one. We know that she was going to play at Division II Saginaw State, but I think some Division I's might have missed out on her.
I would agree with that. I just watching this first time you and I have seen her play, but very impressed with what she can do with the basketball. She can score, she can pass, she rebounds well, she's defending in the low post. She's got a very complete game.
Certainly does. Now, as the second half gets underway, what do these two teams need to accomplish here in the second half?
You know, I think if you're Gilbert, you have to try to figure out, first of all, you have to protect the basketball. You can't let that defense dictate what you're doing on offense. So you have to go into attack mode, maybe drive it into the defense, kick out to some of the shooters, because they're good three-point shooters. And then for Clear Creek-Amana, just keep doing what you've been doing defensively. Get out and pressure as much as you can. When you get into the front court, be efficient with the basketball.
Well, we've got the second half coming up in a moment as you take a look at the halftime statistics, and you talked about it. Clear Creek-Amana dominant inside the paint. The field goal numbers show that, reflect that.
Yeah, and you're getting good high percentage shots because you are down low and you're connecting on those, so your percentage is going to be very good. And they're going to continue to do that. And look at the assists that they have. 13 assists to their 19 field goals. So sharing the basketball. And Gilbert's just got to do a few things to maybe change the tempo a little bit, maybe take their time on offense, run a few passes, run a few cutters through, and then set the offense in motion.
Well, the second half will come your way here in mere moments as you're watching the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, powered by Mid-American Energy.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
The Iowa Farm Bureau is proud to present this amazing state tournament and celebrate the accomplishments of Iowa's student athletes. To the Iowa Farm Bureau, this is more than just a sport. It's hometown pride, it's hopes and dreams. It's our future leaders. It's a reason to do more and be more. And it's that farm-strong spirit that can only be found in Iowa. Congratulations to the student athletes and coaches on a successful year. And remember, today's successes are just the beginning of tomorrow's achievements.
It's the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Basketball Tournament. We're about ready to get the second half underway. You can see where these two teams are located. Gilbert, of course, in Story County. Clear Creek-Amana High School about an hour and a half away. This is game one of the Class 4A quarterfinals coming up next. How about this? Another showdown between Dallas Center Grimes and North Polk, a rematch of last year's state championship, this time in the quarterfinals. Then you've got second-seeded Waverly Shell Rock against Sioux Center coming up at 3:15. And then the afternoon cap, if you will, in 4A, third-seeded Bishop Heelan taking on number 6-seeded Lewis Central.
Yeah, those are all good matchups. 4A is very competitive, and you mentioned it, the rematch of DCG and North Polk from a year ago. What a game that one was in that championship game, and you expect this quarterfinal to be just as good.
I'm hoping to extend my lunch break a little bit and take that one in a little bit. If not, you can catch it right here on the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union Digital Network. We're ready for the second half to get underway. And out on the floor for the Gilbert Tigers, it will be their starting five with Henningsen, Schnormeyer, Kautman, Hales, and Patel. And for Clear Creek-Amana, Lauer, Locklear, Beck, Scragg, and Stratton. And Gilbert will turn it over on the opening possession. Kautman was trying to work the baseline.
Got a little contact, just bumped her off course, couldn't maintain control of the ball.
I mean, we had a lot of energy in that opening quarter. Let's see what the second half brings here. Who's going to try to keep up at that pace? Scragg inside to Locklear and can't get the bucket to fall. It's going to be reversed here. Good work of officiating between Mike Anderson, Zach Clark, and Chad Schellmeyer. They're going to talk it over, and the call will be reversed.
Good teamwork there by the officiating crew.
Of course, a veteran crew here for this 4A quarterfinals. Here's Henningsen on the drive.
They did not do that a lot in the first half. Got her the ball at the high post, just let her put it on the floor and get around. Nice little drop step to get around the defense.
She has 7. Scragg inside to Locklear. Tough shot and gets it off the glass for 2.
Little smile on her face, and as she had to battle to get that one up, use her muscle to get it off the glass.
She now has 8. So in the early goings here, each team trading buckets. And to the line, Ella Henningsen. Beck picked up her second. Gilbert now 5 of 9 from what they call the charity stripe.
And now's the time early on in this second half. You got to start knocking those down. If you're going to get there, be aggressive, get the contact, and get to the charity stripe. You got to knock them down.
Locklear called for the travel.
Got a little ahead of herself, had designs on what they wanted to do and get the play set. She's got the feet going before the ball hit the floor.
Patel from the corner. Beck with a strong rebound. Gilbert getting back. Locklear to the top. Here's Scragg. Lost it in traffic. Good defense that time by Hales.
Yeah, good quick hands, just reaching in, trying to poke it away. And we're getting some stops defensively.
And a 5 count going to be called on Kautman as she was trying to redirect traffic.
Yeah, you got to keep things moving. You can't get stuck. You got to move, cut one way or the other. And if your point guard has picked up the ball, come help her out.
Now to the top of the key. And an illegal screen going to be called on Locklear. That's going to be her second.
Just trying to run their motion offense, set some screens up top, and if you move just enough that throws the defender off track, you're going to get called for that illegal screen.
Henningsen with the rip. And a foul underneath called against Gilbert. That's against Henningsen. That'll be her first.
but a couple of times they have been able to get a good driving lane to the hoop, not been able to convert them.
Clippers go inside to Locklear. Has it stripped away, and that is off of the leg of Creek-Amana. And a timeout going to be taken by the Clippers. B.J. Sweeney. You got to wonder about that. Again, a lot of emotion early on. It's just a 30-second timeout. And to begin the second half, a little lull.
Yeah, there really is. It just is not as up-tempo and high-paced and intense as it was to start this ball game. And Clear Creek is running their offense efficiently. They're getting the openings, but the defense there, the quick hands of Gilbert, stripping the basketball, getting some stops, getting steals. And you have to believe that Coach Sweeney wants them to pick up the intensity.
Neither team has gone to their bench yet. Here in the second half. We're only about 3 minutes in, though. Here's Kautman working against Beck. Tried to force it inside, and Locklear comes up with a loose ball. Putting it on the deck is Scragg. Now to Beck. Lauer gets rid of it to Stratton.
Gilbert getting a little more scrappy defensively, taking a few chances.
The dump down, the reverse not there. Patel had the rebound. Locklear takes it away. And the layup is good by Sam Scragg.
Just sheer muscle by Locklear to able to get that putback or get the loose ball and then make another nice pass.
Gilbert to their bench. Brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at imt.ins.com. Coming back into the game, Katie Sneezik. Also into the contest, Kayla Rush. Here's Beck. The deflection. How about that? Sneezik with the deflection listed at 5'4", denying Bliss Beck at 6'2".
Timing. It's all in the timing.
Looking to drive is Rush. Had it turned over. Lauer ahead to Beck to Stratton. And it will be turned over.
Gilbert's had some opportunities here in this third quarter.
And Clear Creek-Amana is actually built on their lead, outscoring Gilbert so far here 4-2 in the third quarter. But you're right, the Tigers have had an opportunity. Sneezik can't get it to fall. An offensive rebound here for Gilbert. Adeline Gawk just checked into the game, got that board.
You know, and they had a player cutting down the middle of the lane, but the defense was draped all over Gawk, and she could not find the cutter.
Gawk can't get that one to go down. Locklear with the rebound. Out ahead, too hard of a pass, and it will be turned over. Ava Locklear getting it done.
8 assists so far in this ball game, and I believe that ties a single game tournament record.
Laura, she's in triple-double territory now with 9 rebounds, 11 points, those 8 assists.
We'll have to be on watch here. she has the ball in her hands a lot, and so you know the assists will come, the rebounding will come as well. So she has a pretty good shot at a triple-double here.
There's the dump down, Beck.
And with that height of the Clippers, it just is so easy to throw over the top as Gilbert is fronting, not getting any backside help.
Kick out for the Tigers. Countman to the top of the key to Sneezek. And it'll be turned over. So each team to their bench right now with a couple of players. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at imt.ins.com. Lena Evans in for the first time here in the second half. And Clear Creek-Amana will turn it over. Countman thought about the long shot, drives it in. Left-hand layup is good for Mia Countman. She's got 8. And a timeout here taken by Gilbert. 2:09 to play here in the third quarter. As I believe Clear Creek-Amana took the timeout. Is that?
I think that is. No,
Yep.
I think
Gilbert
actually
took
Gilbert
the
took the timeout after the bucket, and that, Countman was out by the logo, and she is a player that they say can bomb those logo threes, which has become in fashion now here in the state of Iowa. But
Who did that?
I'm not sure. I think a player over on the eastern side of the state, but she showed that she might pull up and shoot it from there, and then as the defense came up, put it on the floor and was able to drive by.
Well, for this one, you're looking at 45 in your screen. She's on triple-double alert. 12 points, 8 assists, 8 rebounds. And she has the ball right now. Into the game, Kennedy Stratton. Here's a deep 3 from the top. How about that? Nothing but nylon there for Avery Flower.
Well, about 60% of her shots come from beyond the arc. She looked very comfortable as the trailer on that play, pulling up and knocking down.
Ball inside of the paint for Patel. We go on the deck to Hales. Here's the dump down. Here's Henningsen. Has it taken away by Stratton. Locklear calling for the ball. Gets it. And has it denied. Great defense that time. How about Kaylee Hales, a freshman? Listed at 5'7". Not afraid to mix it up.
Giving away a few inches, but still battling. Got in underneath, able to knock that one away. Not backing down at all.
And going to the line is going to be Callie Hales, the foul on Clear Creek-Amana.
Nice little misdirection, crossover dribble. And they have done that more here in the third quarters, put the ball on the floor and get into attack mode.
Evans will pick up the foul, her first. And Hales knocks down the free throw. Locklear out ahead to Evans. Third quarter clock winding down. Here's Locklear inside.
Just a great move. And that's where they've done most of their damage. We knew at halftime they had done a lot of damage in the paint. They had 34 points in the paint, and they continue to go in.
That shot off the mark. Locklear with the rebound. Well, she's getting closer. About a second difference between the shot and game clock. Locklear can't get it to fall. Beck with the rebound. Putback not there. Henningsen with the good box out. Gilbert gonna run it ahead with Rush here. Countman, the deep 3. Just couldn't get it. And here's a shot at half court that goes astray. So we played 3 quarters of basketball here in the Class 4A quarterfinal. Clear Creek-Amana with a commanding 52-25 lead as you're watching the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union Digital Network powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Frank, when you think Fairway, you think fresh. Is that the winning culture you've tried to create?
Penelope Pineapple, what an unbelievable produce performance. How does your team stay so fresh?
Sun-kissed orange. Is it true Fairway has offered the freshest produce in town since 1938?
What can we say? Our produce is so fresh, we're speechless.
(52-25) with 8 minutes to play in this quarterfinal. Ava Locklear, take a look at those stats. She's sitting right now on 14 points, 10 rebounds, and just 2 assists away from a triple-double. And we are efforting to go through state basketball tournament history. We've got the A team on it, Chuck Schaffner,
Jason Esslinger, trying to determine if we've ever seen it. Now, we know in the boys' game, Taman Lipsey was the last one to collect a triple-double in boys' basketball, and he did it in dramatic fashion. That was in the 4A championship game a couple of years ago. But in girls' basketball, we're going to try to dig that up for you. But what an accomplishment. Even to just get that close to be talking about it.
Yeah. Ava Locklear.
You know, in the first half, she had the ball in her hands a lot.
She's going for points right now.
Going points. But, you know, she had the ball in her hands a lot, was bringing it down on the fast break. They have not been out on a lot of fast breaks here in the second half.
That three off the mark for the Tigers. So we set the lineups for you for Gilbert. You've got Schnormeyer along with Kautman, Patel, Henningsen, and also Hales. Evans on the drive will go to the line to shoot 2 here for Clear Creek-Amana. And they go to their bench too. Kara Rogers, the senior, will check in for the Clippers. She's joined by Kennedy Stratton, Lena Evans, of course Locklear too as well, and Avery Lauer. (54-25) your score. Second free throw, no good. Patel went down to get the rebound, and it'll be tied up. Possession arrow will give it to the Gilbert Tigers.
They have fought hard here in the second half. They have done what they've needed to do, get stops. They just have not been efficient offensively. And they got Henningsen involved early in the third quarter. She has not gotten a whole lot of touches here late in the third and into the fourth.
You know, conditioning for this one, Clear Creek-Amana also took a different approach. PJ Sweeney said, you know what, we practiced against our freshman boys team to get ready for state basketball play. And he said, you know, a little leery of, you know, conditioning, how that would have went. You know, how the rough, you know, if it would have gotten rough or somebody would have gotten injured. He said it paid off. And boy, they came out and they established themselves early on. As you see, Kautman able to knock down the shot and get an and one. Evans will pick up her second.
Good job on the run out. And you can see now that Kautman is kind of favoring that ankle a little bit as she limped to the line.
So Kautman to the line, able to knock down the three-point play.
Still going to put some pressure on in the backcourt.
Abigail Thompson, Sneezik into the game, along with Kayla Rush. Here's Locklear. Looks to drive it. Now the dish to the corner. Here's Evans. Can't get the shot to fall. A little too strong, and the rebound to the Tigers and Thompson.
When you see that kind of pressure, Clear Creek-Amana is going to get the ball in the hands of Locklear. She's a very good ball handler, capable ball handler, bringing it up against that kind of press.
This is going to stay with the Tigers. And coming back into the lineup is Sam Sprague. She'll check in for Evans. Sneezik for three. Wide of the mark. Rebound going to be tracked down by Lauer.
You're going to see the Clippers run through their offense.
Three ball, good!
Or Lauer says, no, I'm open, I'm going to shoot it.
All right, we're one assist away now from a triple-double for Ava Locklear. As Lowry knocks down that three. You know what the cool thing is? She doesn't even know it.
I don't think she does. I think this is probably how she plays the game. I mean, score, rebound, assist, whatever they need her to do. And here it's all coming together for her in this quarterfinal game.
That ball knocked out by Gilbert. And Rogers will check out. Coming back in is going to be Bliss Beck.
You have to wonder if anybody on the bench over there knows it. I'm not sure they do.
Stratton, now the three ball. Henningsen with the rebound for Gilbert. Now the three from the top. And the rebound to Beck.
Boy, Clippers have just done a nice job of boxing out as well.
This three goes down by Lauer.
Boy, she's got a pure shot. If you get her on the break, get those feet set, she's going to knock it down.
And Locklear with the block. By the way, that is the 6-3 knockdown by Avery Lauer today. Clear Creek-Amana really putting their game on display.
Well, yesterday we had in the Cedar Falls Davenport North game, Grace Knutson knocked down 8 3-pointers.
Henningsen inside has it taken away by Locklear. There's Locklear at the top. The three ball, that's going to be blocked. Rebound to Henningsen, taken away by Locklear. Another steal for her, and a foul here on Gilbert as Thompson called for the reach. That'll be her first. Selena Evans will come in for Avery Lauer. She'll finish with 17.
Right at her average.
Here's Evans on the drive. Can't get it to fall, but will go to the line.
You know, Evans is, she's a shooter. You talked about her coming off the bench and looking to score, but she does it in multiple ways, not just from the perimeter. She can put the ball on the floor and hold her own.
Just her second point of the day with that free throw. Want to remind you, we've got more 4A quarterfinal action coming your way next. It's a rematch of last year's 4A title game as Dallas Center Grimes, the 4th seed, will take on the 5th-seeded North Polk Comets. That comes your way starting at about 1:30 this afternoon. Here's Patel.
Good work going up in traffic and getting the bucket to fall.
Beck at the post, the kick out. Evans for three. Not there. Locklear had the rebound and does get it. The kick out. Stratton for three at the top. Can't get it. The ball. Beck with the putback.
Boy, the height really has caused problems for Gilbert. Trying to make the move, shuffled the feet. Another turnover for Gilbert.
So it's a stat, the triple-double, as we're just an assist away for Locklear that really isn't kept. We'll see if she can get it here with the pass.
So really, I mean, they have not been able to find it in the records
right.
of a triple-double. So it could be the first triple-double in state tournament history.
2:19 to play, and a foul here is Patel. It's reached in upon by Evans. That'll be her third. So to the bench. Clear Creek-Amana is going to bring in Melissa Sweeney, the senior. She'll come in for Sam Scragg. Locklear still out there.
So I think somebody on the bench does know what's going on.
Here's a three by Galt. Can't get at the ball. Locklear with yet another rebound.
This is where she's dangerous with the ball in her hands.
The dish out. Now Locklear goes inside. The kick out. Locklear with the dish down. Locklear gets it back and puts it in for two. I think she knows now. She knows.
She knows because she was trying to dish it.
She's like, no, shoot it.
Teammates are unselfish. They just want to score. I mean, they're just playing basketball.
This three off the mark for Kaylin Richards, who's into the game for the first time. And there's 1:28 to play, and Clear Creek-Amana is going to take a timeout here. So Locklear, I believe, is going to check out. How about that? Just one assist away from a triple-double, which would have been the first ever. She's going to have another opportunity as her team is going to be moving on to the semifinals coming up on Thursday.
Yeah, it's quite a performance, and you could see right away at the beginning of this ball game, she just took command of it, handling the basketball, going to the boards, handing out assists, scoring. It's a very complete game for Ava Locklear.
Kara Rogers into the contest. So Locklear going to be checking out with 14 points, 17 rebounds, and 9 assists. Lauer leading the way for Clear Creek-Amana with 17. 16 for Bliss Beck, 12 for Sam Scragg. Gilbert being paced by Kaufman's 11. As each team clears out their benches. Olivia Timmerman's into the contest now for the first time. And bringing up the ball is going to be Kennedy Hansen, the freshman. As she'll get it into Emmy Danny, the freshman. And how about the drive? And near miss there for the Tigers.
Good job, good aggressive move coming in off the bench.
Lauren Sneezik also in. And a foul underneath as we have 44 seconds to play.
You know, this Gilbert team has no seniors on their team, so this is a team that's got the state tournament experience this year, a lot to build on heading into next season.
And the free throw knocked down by Rogers. She's joined on the floor by Kelsey Leathers, a junior. Also into the game, Addison Campbell. Lexi Moran also into the game here for Clear Creek-Amana. Timmermans as the shot denied. That clock continues to roll with a more than 35-point lead here, as Gilbert will have one more crack at it.
See if somebody can get a bucket.
Timmerman's the kick out, clock winding down. Hansen's shot not there, and that's going to do it. Clear Creek-Amana, the top seed in 4A, powers their way to a 68-30 win over the Gilbert Tigers here in the quarterfinals of the girls' state basketball tournament.
Well, pretty impressive game here for Clear Creek-Amana. They came out right from the beginning, set the tone defensively. That got them going offensively, and Gilbert really just didn't have a match for their size. I mean, the size played a part in this ball game as well.
So Clear Creek-Amana advancing to the semifinals on Thursday afternoon at 5 o'clock. They will play the winner of Dallas Center Grimes and North Polk. Let's go to Tim Fitzpatrick, the public address announcer.
Basketball provided by the Iowa Farm Bureau, proud title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Presenting awards from the IGHSAU, our Executive Director, Gene Berger, and Basketball Administrator, Gary Ross. Congratulations, Head Coach Mike Frisk and the Tigers from Gilbert on an outstanding basketball season. And now, Ava Locklear will advance her team to the next round on the official bracket at center court. Clear Creek-Amana fans, your team advances to the 4A semifinals and will play the winner of our next game between DCG and North Polk. That'll be Thursday at 5 p.m. Fans, on behalf of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, we thank you today for your support and attendance and for cheering on your favorite team. As a reminder, please exit the arena so we can prepare for our next game.
Laura, a powerful performance by Clear Creek-Amana to advance.
Yeah, it really was very impressive in all facets of the game, not just the defense, the way they scored, the way they ran their offense, and it went to the glass. So they had a game plan in mind, they put it in motion, and never looked back.
So Clear Creek-Amana will advance to the semifinals with a 68-30 win over the Gilbert Tigers. On behalf of Laura Leonard, our producer, Jose Guzman, and all of us here in Des Moines, I'm BJ Shaven, and thank you for watching our live coverage of the 2024 Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.